Hello, it's Mundo Monday, and welcome to World Communication Week. Communication is what makes it possible for us to share our stories. Language is what we use to communicate, but we all speak different languages all over the world. In order to share our stories, we must learn each other's languages, which takes patience and careful observation. On past Mundo Mondays, we have read stories about overcoming barriers in communication, not knowing the language, not being able to read social clues and body language. We also have read stories told partially in languages other than English, such as Spanish and American Sign Language. But today, for World Communication Week, we're going to try something different. We're going to read a story in a language that I am almost positive none of you know. Bug language. Do is Tak is a story about bugs who find something. But all you will hear are the words the bugs say to each other in their own language. In order to understand their language, you will have to pay close attention to the bugs' facial expressions, their body language, and to the things happening around them. Context clues, we call them. You'll also figure out what they're saying by listening carefully for repeated sounds, repeated words, and how they're used in their sentences. This may sound complicated, but I've seen other kids do it, and you can too. Imagine what it would be like if these bugs were real people speaking a language you didn't know. It's hard, but you have to try. You have to try, Mundo. I've read this book before, and I have a pretty good idea what each bug word means now, but a lot of people watching will be learning bug language for the first time. Since I can't see how you're doing, I want you to learn along with them so I can discuss it with you. All right, let's do this. Let's learn to speak bug. So this book is called Do is Tak. It is written and illustrated by Carson, Ellis. It starts off right away with a title you don't understand, you can't read. So what can that mean? I don't know. But you can figure it out. First, our biggest clue is this symbol right here. What does that symbol mean? Oh, that's a question mark. It means the sentence is a question. So that narrows the meaning down right away. We now know that this bug is asking a question. About what? Well, you need to look at what the bug is doing. It's pointing at that little plant sprout. And the other bug is looking at the sprout too and making kind of a confused face. So what question do you think it's asking? I don't know. Well, I guarantee you'll figure it out soon. Do is Tak. Check out the little caterpillar. And the really little plant. Is the caterpillar important to this story? I don't know, maybe you should keep an eye on it. It's climbing up a log. But now we have two new bugs. And this one is also saying, Do is Tak, while pointing at the sprout. Manazut, says the other one, also looking confused. Oh, I think I know. What is that? The bugs are asking what the plant is. And this one answers Manazut. So what could be an answer to what is that? A plant? But why is it confused? Let's read on. The caterpillar is hanging upside down and saying something. Ta-ta! Is it saying ta-ta, like ta-ta for now? Or ta-ta, like ta-da? Well, that's the problem when we can't hear the words. Let's just put that in the back of our minds and see if we can figure it out later. Look, sprout's a little bigger. Where'd the caterpillar go now? I see something hanging where it was just hanging though. Oh, it's a cocoon or a chrysalis. it must be changing into a moth or a butterfly.
Here's some new bugs. And one of them is again pointing and saying, "Du ist tak."
What is that? Ma ebedo unk plonk. Du kimme plonk? Manazut, there's that manazut again. But this time it's the answer to a different question. So whatever manazut means, it can answer both what is that and whatever du kimme plonk means.
What does that mean? There's some familiar words here like du.
Du is in what is that, and this one is a different question but still has du. Oh, du means what? What kimme plonk?
Ma ebadau ug plonk.
Plonk, plonk. Oh, plonk, plant. I think the first bug asked, what is that? And the second bug said, it's a plant. And the ladybug said, what kind of plant? And then, manazut. Manazut is a kind of plant? I don't know. Oh, manazut means I don't know. It says ma and ma ebadau on blanc. So maybe that means I think it's a plant or I see a plant. I get it.
Very good. On to the next page.
The caterpillar is still a chrysalis, but the grass around the log is growing.
So is the bug's plant.
Rubada unkripple. So, bor inken iki. Those are all new words. They stopped saying what is that. How do we know what they're saying now?
Take a look. What are they doing?
They're climbing the plant. They're reaching up to the plant. So they must be talking about a way to get to the top of the plant?
There's one more thing I want you to notice here before we turn the page. Look at the word icky. It starts with a capital I. Do you know why a word in the middle of a sentence would be capitalized?
That means it's a proper noun, a specific name for something, like a person or a place. Oh, who or where is icky? Icky, icky, icky! Well, they're all shouting the name at the log. Is the log called icky? No, why would they be yelling at a log? They must be calling for a person named Icky. And by person, I don't mean human. I mean another bug. Icky, rubata unk ribble. Icky is that bug with glasses. What are they telling it?
Rubata unk ribble is the same thing they said when they were trying to reach the top of the plant, and they're pointing at the plant now.
Whatever their plan is, they want Icky to help. Unk ribble! A ladder! Wait, so rubata unk ribble meant we need a ladder. And they knew Icky would have a ladder. Also, the plant is much bigger now. Oh, look at that! I see a pair of eyeballs!
It's good to look closely at the pictures. Even if a detail doesn't seem important, it might still tell you something. See? Those eyes belong to this new person, or slug. And that mushroom's growing bigger too. And Icky's taking a rest.
You know what? I think Icky is a grown-up, and the other bugs are kids. Grown-ups do things like that, lay around while the kids are running around climbing trees or other plants.
Nice theory. Well, those kids are now saying something new.
Ruldaden duken unk virt. So. Is that the first bug's name? The other bugs just shouted it.
Well, that's a nice theory too. But that bug said Sue back when another bug said they needed a ladder.
Oh, so that's probably not a name then. Can you think of one word that the bugs would say in reply to both we need a ladder and whatever rule daden dugen ink virt is? We something, something, a something? They're happy about it, whatever it is. Maybe we'll find out on the next page. Wait, where'd everybody go? It's nighttime.
There aren't any words on
I
this
guess
page.
they went home.
These symbols are in yet a different language, though. Do you know what language it is?
That's music. The bug is playing a violin, and the caterpillar is still in the chrysalis, and that slug, I don't like the way the slug is looking at that plant. Oh, look! That slug took a bite out of the plant.
Technically, all we know is that the slug was looking hungrily at the plant on this page, and now there's a bite out of it in the morning. It doesn't mean the slug did it, but it's a pretty likely prediction.
I knew that slug was suspicious from the moment I saw its eyeballs over by the... Do is duck! There's a huge spider on the log now.
Maybe like the slug, it will come back later in our story. Look at our main 3 kid bugs, though. What are they doing?
They are carrying a pirate flag, the mushroom, and some boards, and a saw. Wait, they're not going to cut down the plant, are they? No, that would be silly. They're building something. Refert! A tree house, or plant house, or plunk house. Oh, fort, like fort. That is such a cool fort. The ladybug is on Icky's chair. Maybe that's why Icky looks concerned over there. Oh, that spider is looking at them too. There are some little pink flowers growing by the log. And the mushroom in the fort was the one that used to be growing there. And the ants want to climb the treehouse too. Ah! The spider! Vuback! Booby Vuback! Group furt. They are angry at the spider for webbing their furt. Look at them, shaking their fists. Vuback must mean spider. They are calling it a mean spider, or stupid spider, or some kind of insulting name because they are mad. Except Furt Bug. That one is more sad. Look at the way it hangs its head. It must think their furt is ruined. Look, there are other bugs watching now. Not just the little ants below. It looks like a winged ant on Icky's door. And an even bigger ant above the chrysalis. Wait, look, that stick has an eye. There are so many little details in these pictures. The little flowers have grown bigger.
This is another one without any words.
Ah! A huge bird! I guess it only looks huge because we're bug-sized. Did it just eat the spider?
Looks like it.
All the bugs below are ducking covering. Oh look! Icky is a pill bug. It curled up.
Well, the bird is gone, and so is the spider. And this little bug is jumping up and down and saying,
Sue! Yes! That's what Sue means. It's a little word that is its own sentence. That bug is happy to have its furt back, so it's yelling, Yes!
Sue! Almost like yes in Spanish, sí. It's Sue.
That's going to be a lot of work to clean up. Wait, what's going on? More bugs are coming. To a stack.
Says this one. And all these new bugs are pointing. What is what?
There's a flower. Was there always a flower on this plant? I think it just grew. Ooh. I think that just means ooh.
And Icky is looking back and saying, Oh, Ookie. Ookie is capitalized too, and it sounds kind of like Icky.
Icky is calling for Ookie to come see what they're all looking at. Gladenboot is Gladenboot. Wait a minute, the stick with an eye is really another bug. Gladenboot, Scrividelli Gladenboot. A flower, a beautiful flower. Ah,
Un gladenboot. So.
See? Yes.
Is tak un gladenboot?
So, tak is.
Un gladenboot.
So many more bugs, and they are all so happy to see the gladenboot. Oh, look, that must be Ookie in the doorway. Another pill bug. I think that's a lizard by the rock. Everyone loves the Scrivadelli gladenboot.
You're really starting to speak pretty good bug here.
It is easy to learn if you just pay attention. Wait, what is happening now? The gladenboot is starting to get droopy. So are the little gladenboots. And all the ants are marching away.
Tata udas. Tata iki. Tata uki.
So tata is tata. I mean goodbye. Iki and Ookie are leaving too. They're all bundled up. Oh, so are the other bugs. It must be getting colder. That's why the flowers are drooping.
What do you suppose they mean by tata udas?
They're talking to the bugs in the furt. So maybe udas are bugs. Or kids. Goodbye, kids. I told you they were kid bugs.
Tata furt.
Oh, the gladenboot is dying. It's too cold for furts now. It looks like the stick bug is sleeping now. What about that chrysalis? It still hasn't hatched. I hope it doesn't get too cold for it. Oh, that's it for the gladenboot. And all the other plonks. The grass by the log is droopy too, but that bug is still playing his music. Wait, does tak? There's a crack in the chrysalis. Is that beautiful moth really that fuzzy old caterpillar? It's dancing to the music. Just in time because all the plants have died. It must be close to winter now. Oh, now it's definitely winter. Everything's covered with snow.
And now?
The snow is melted. And what? I mean, do is tak? Lots of new plonks.
Do is tak?
Is plonk. It will grow into gladenboot. That bug must not have been around last year. Ta-ta! And another caterpillar. Is it saying goodbye because it's going into a chrysalis or because it's the end of the book?
Probably both. Oh, look at the back cover.
Is that what the last caterpillar turned into?
Maybe. Nice work learning bug language.
Thank you. Maybe you have had an experience like this yourself.
20 years ago, I went to Germany and I wanted to order strawberry ice cream. But I didn't know how to speak German, so I looked at all the signs and menus all around the shops. I looked at the pictures on the advertisements, and I used a process of elimination for words that I could tell were not the right words, like a chocolate. And eventually I figured it out. Erdbeereis. It's still one of the only things I know how to say in German, but I ordered a lot of Erdbeereis the days I was in Germany. I could say thank you and order strawberry ice cream. But I was lucky because I was traveling with a lot of people who did speak English and German, and they could help me out.
It's much harder to be alone in a place where no one speaks your language.
One of my favorite author-illustrators, Sean Tan, wrote a graphic novel about this concept called The Arrival. It tells a story without any words at all of a man who moved to a new place entirely populated by strange alien creatures. Everything they do is different from what he and you and I are used to. This is a book for all ages that, like to his tack, puts you right in the experience of trying to navigate a new language. It's in our YA graphic novels section, but like I said, it's really for all ages, so any of you can check it out if you like.
Well, ta-ta, Udas! See you next week!